What's up guys, it's Drifts and Lifts here. Alright, so today's video is going to be a little short one. I just want to go over one of my biggest pet peeves of drifting a 740 940 chassis and what I have done to solve it and make this car awesome now. So as you guys can see, I have the gold car in the garage. This car has been great, but the last couple times I've taken it out to go drifting, we've been plagued with the axle hop issue that these cars get. So this is actually, in my opinion, one of the biggest downfalls of drifting this chassis, is overcoming this issue. But I just figured out a really cheap, well, not so cheap, but a pretty easy and affordable way to solve this. So like I said, last time I took this car out, I was getting a really bad axle hop issue. Now when these cars get an axle hop, I don't really mean an up and down hop. They actually go back and forth like this really bad. And last time I took this car drifting, it was doing it so bad that I couldn't even drift the car. This has actually happened in a lot of other cars, and this can literally make you snap axle shafts. You can break the welds in your differential. You can even have some tranny issues from this. We're gonna crawl under here, guys, and I've actually taken this car for a rip since I've done this, and it feels incredible. There's zero axle hop, zero axle shudder. The axle is super planted, and I am super stoked. So actually, before I go under there, I'm going to show you guys the bushings that I installed to solve this. So this is our box of bushings. I've already installed them. I bought some extras for my other car because I'm going to be doing the blue wagon with this stuff too. So I got these bushings from Speeding Performance Parts Europe. You guys can check out their site. I'll link the site in the description of this video if you guys want to check out their site and get some of these. They're pretty quick to ship. It only took like a week or two, and yeah, the quality is super high. So what we have here, guys, is some front trailing arm bushings. So these go in the front of the trailing arms, and then we also have the axle bushings. So these two bushings combined were literally the solution to the axle hop issue in this car. All right, so here I have a factory trailing arm from a 740 940, obviously. So right here in the front of the trailing arm is the factory trailing arm bushing. And as you can see, this was even starting to lift up and it's getting all crusty. This bushing has a ton of play, so it goes back and forth like this. And what that causes is your whole axle is actually gonna go forward and back like this. Now, this is not the only culprit of that movement. It's also this bushing right here, like I showed you guys in the poly form. This is a factory one, so this is one of those shitty rubber ones, and you can even feel they're super gummy. There's no stiffness in these bushings really. So if I go under here, guys, you can see the yellow bushings in this under here. So this is clamped in with those aftermarket bushings, and then if we go up here, you can see my aftermarket front trailing arm bushings that are installed there. So that was the biggest solution. Now, you guys will probably see I have Kaplanke torque arms here. If you just install these, you're still gonna have that axle hop, because I know that because I had these installed with the stock bushings. It was still axle hopping super bad. But these these are overall gonna make your rear end feel even that much more planted. So another thing you'll notice is I have a IPD panhard bar. So that's one more thing. There's a bushing here. And there's also a bushing on the other side where it mounts to the body. That's gonna give you a little bit of extra stiffness in the rear. But honestly, when I go to a IPD panhard bar from a factory one, I don't really notice a whole lot of difference in how solid the rear end feels. When I went to these bushings in the axle and the front of the trailing arm, that made a huge difference. Like the back end of this car feels so solid and planted. It's really awesome. I'm gonna leave you guys there for today. No drifting for today because I got a couple more things I wanna do on this car. I'm gonna pull the front brake off. It's like clicking and knocking really bad. I'm not too sure what's going on, but I'll have it all figured out. But just so you guys know, we have a really exciting video that's gonna be uploaded in the next day or two. I actually took the Cummins drift truck up the Toge road like we did in the gold car, the same exact road, and we did an uphill drift in the Cummins, and it was super wild. We actually brought my good friend Josh in his S15 Sylvia, as well as my good friend Tristan in his RB25 powered C34 Laurel. So stay tuned for that, guys. It's gonna be a really sick video. We're definitely planning on going up there again while the weather is still nice. And now that I have the gold car all super sorted, we're gonna be able to go up there and actually do some tandem runs with some friends next time. So if you guys saw the last video where I took the gold car up the Toge, it was just solo missions for that run. But next time we go up, we're gonna do some tandems and bring some friends along. So I think that's gonna be super fun. So a little bit of a channel update before I get going here, guys. The blue wagon I actually have at Post Haste Performance. I already installed the engine, cleaned it up. I fully, detailed the engine bay, made it all kind of ready to go. So I'm gonna be heading there in a couple days to pick away some more at it. I'm gonna be installing the transmission, the drive shaft, the full fuel system we're gonna do. Gotta do all new lines for the ethanol and a different fuel pump. We're running a big Walbro fuel pump in that car, so that's gonna be pretty fun. Hopefully get that car done by like, a month or two is kind of what I'm thinking. We should have that car on the road ready to go. I have a bunch of suspension stuff I want to do to it. I have some BC coilovers brand new in the box sitting here ready to go. And as far as the gold car goes, this thing is super good now. The only thing left to do, honestly, like the chassis is so sorted, I don't even want to touch it. It feels incredible when you drift this thing. Actually, one thing I didn't even mention in this video, guys, is when I had all this apart, I actually swapped from the factory 391 differential, and I swapped in the 410 rear end that I had in Miss Huff back in the day. So this thing has a 410 in it now. It is like the shortest gearing you could possibly get for this car. And combined with the BMW transmission, this thing is just super, super zippy and really fun to drive while not being that fast, which is kind of cool. So anyways, I hope that helps you guys. If you have this wheel hop issue or, axle shutter issue in your car, I'm telling you right now, this is the solution. Head over to Speeding Parts Europe and get some of these bushings. Yeah, hopefully that helps you guys in your Volvo drifting journeys. So till next time, like and subscribe for big booty Vos. Peace out.